And they've got Utah New Year's Eve in the afternoon. And, John, the gauntlet will begin, and it's going to be great.
It will be. But one final tune-up. It's Baylor and Arlington Baptist. Tip in the air and controlled by Baylor. VJ Edgecombe has it. He'll give the ball back to Jeremy Roach, and good to see Jeremy Roach back on the floor for the Bears.
Yeah, he was out with concussion protocol. I think he banged his head on the floor against UConn and had to sit out a little while.
There's Roach making his presence felt quick and early, and the lob for Norchad Omier, who dunks it home.
Yeah, I think that was a called play. They know that they can get the ball to Omier. This is a small Arlington team, and you're going to see on the floor right now, you've got basically 4 guards and then a guy that's going to run about 6'4", and that's Jason Murray.
So a foul, and that's going to put Jonathan Gray at the free throw line. Foul on VJ Edgecombe. These guys for Baylor had a nice Christmas break. Nice in terms of length. Came back just yesterday, got a good hard practice in yesterday. Now this game tonight. Then they'll just continue on and hit the conference opener next week.
It's a long break. It's really, I think, a longer break than they were accustomed to, but it just seemed to work out that way with the schedule. But they needed every bit of it. And, John, for the first time in a long time, they had all 5, or call it 6 or 7 in their top rotation, playing together, practicing together at the same time, and that really matters.
That's a big deal. That's the first thing Coach Drew talked about meeting with the media this week. Just get everybody healthy, everybody practicing together. There's a lob from Roach intended for Josh Ojanwuna, off his hands and out of bounds. Arlington Baptist did get one of 2 free throws from Gray. So a 2-1 Baylor lead as we get things going.
This team wants to play fast. They want to push it up the floor. They're not doing as much of that right now, but when they get into their league and the competition they're accustomed to, they really want to run it. They want to force tempo with defense, and they're going to have to make a lot of threes to have a chance to win this one tonight.
Shot clock down to 10 for Arlington Baptist. Nice pass down low, and the banker is good by Davion Allen.
And again, these are all guards. I mean, they're not going to bang it into the low post. There's just nobody down there that can play that position against Ojanwuna and Omier. But these guys are going to move it. I mean, they're coached by Bubba Jennings, who knows what he's doing. 31 years now as a coach. One of the great players in Southwest Conference history.
What'd he tell us? He's also the golf coach, the men's golf coach at Arlington Baptist.
Right. He says when basketball's over, he goes to the golf course. He's coaching them. He's playing with them.
It's his job.
Oh, this is a dream job for him.
Played for the great Gerald Myers at Texas Tech. Short mid-range jumper left side is no good. The miss there by Isaiah Melvo, and rebound by VJ Edgecombe for the Bears. Baylor is back in the top 25 this week. They had a 2-week absence. It's somewhat hard to explain if you look at the 7-3 record. 3 losses, yes, but Pat, the losses to Gonzaga, to Tennessee, and to UConn.
That's right. And you know, just this team is really, I don't think, has yet to find its real groove. And that's the whole idea. Over the Christmas break, you got 2 weeks, and you got to find that. You're not going to find it if you don't have all your players practicing at the same time. So we're going to get a glimpse of how practice has paid off for this team.
Very athletic steal there by Edgecombe, and the finish at the other end, a blocking foul. Shot rolls off, but VJ Edgecombe will go to the line. Boy, how about stepping in front of that pass and taking the ball away from Arlington Baptist.
You know, the analogy or the metaphor, whatever to call it, that we've come up with for Edgecombe, he is a stick of lit dynamite. Sometimes the fuse is long, sometimes the fuse is short, but you know at some point he's going to make a play kind of like that. Made a move to the basket, and he just got so much athleticism. He controls his balance, but he's able to get the ball off in traffic, becoming a better free throw shooter, gets to the line a lot.
Edgecombe right now 63% shooting free throws, true freshman season for him here at Baylor. Baylor is a team at 69%. They'd like to get that higher. A couple of free throws by Edgecombe, and a 6-3 Baylor lead.
See a little bit of full court pressure from Baylor, and not a lot, but just enough to slow Arlington Baptist down. Patriots do want to push it. But again, John, if they're going to have a chance in this, we're going to have to make a bunch of threes and force turnovers.
Bears should dominate the boards, don't you think, Pat, in this game tonight?
Yeah, no doubt. And hopefully, I think they're looking to make Ojanwuna more of an offensive player. Like that move there, that's a shot that he's got the green light to take anytime he's got it.
Ojanwuna the miss, but cleaned up, and the put-back basket by Norchad Omier. Here's a steal at midcourt. Alley-oop. Edgecombe just in the air, didn't get the shot. Jaden Nunn battling down low, gets a clean block there. And on the alternate possession, it will go over to the Patriots.
You know, it's really interesting. Watching Arlington Baptist, you look at their roster and you know they're small. You watch them play, they are small. I mean, even the fifth player in the rotation is a 6'4", 6'5" guy. But, you know, what they're trying to do is just disrupt, make it difficult every shot. And so far, so good.
Jason Murray listed at 6'7", their tallest player out there right now. There's another turnover. And the steal by the Bears. Jaden Nunn's three. He drains it from the right side.
That guy is on fire. He is a 53% three-point shooter, and he shoots a lot of them. In fact, he has attempted more threes than any other player on the team. And when you're shooting at 53% from that range, you just get really hard to guard.
It's an 11-3 lead for the Bears. That one rattles in and out. No good. Ojanwuna with the rebound for Baylor. On the right side, Edgecombe skip pass, cross court, Nunn, another three. This one front iron, no good. The rebound pulled down by Isaiah Melvo.
I think that's what Arlington Baptist wants to force. I mean, they have no answer for Baylor's inside low post game. So, you know, sort of pick your poison, but they're going to make Baylor shoot and make a bunch of threes tonight.
9-0 run by the Bears to build the lead. Edgecombe into the front court to Roach. He is bear hug down there by Ahmad Webster. Foul's going to be on Webster. Free throws coming for Ojanwuna.
And another good look at the Jaden Nunn three. This guy is so dangerous. He lets a three fly, and if you don't go get on him, he's going to go around you. He finishes violently at the rim.
7th day of December, 2 days after Christmas, and in that break between Christmas and New Year's, it's a good crowd.
And add to that, John, you've got the Baylor basketball reunion.
Oh, that's fun.
That happened. We started last night, and then we continued on today. They'll be recognized at halftime. We'll be recognized at halftime. And I had a chance to play my semi-annual golf game today.
Oh.
I always play one of them when we have this reunion. And I got to play with a couple of my teammates, and we just had a ball.
Semi-annual.
Semi-annual.
There's some of the guys and their families there seated behind the Baylor bench, but that's fun. Did it get in the 70s today?
It did.
And not your golf game, the score. I mean, the temperature.
Yeah, front nine was in the 70s.
There's a missed free throw by Ojanwuna. Rebound taken by Arlington Baptist, and then the turnover by the Patriots.
Yeah, again, there's just not that much room for error, and that was sort of an unforced error by Arlington Baptist, but, you know, they're going to have to take care of the ball, and it's an uphill climb for them for sure, but they've got to make some shots, and they can't shoot themselves in the foot with turnovers.
Jalen Celestine, Langston Love, and Rob Wright off the Baylor bench at that timeout. There is a driving layup that is good by Jeremy Roach.
Yeah, a guy who's missed the last couple of games with concussion protocol was able to come back and practice, and so they've been able to have really productive practice. Kind of interesting. The coaches will tell you that's where it happens. Like, practice is what this is all about. If you don't have that opportunity, you kind of lose the basics. You lose getting back to fundamentals. They've been able to do that over the last couple of weeks.
Pass on the baseline by Trey Walters. Shot it out of bounds. Turnover, Patriots. It's a 13-0 run by the Bears here early. Patriots have missed their last 5 shots from the floor. Baylor can come at you in waves. This is not a complete new 5, but it's 3 off the bench.
Yeah, and it's as good a group of guards as is playing, and you can see Rob Wright does a great job getting the ball into the lane. Nice defensive play there. That doesn't happen very often to Rob Wright. He's able to extend the ball and get it up high off the glass. Nice defensive play. Bears will get it back.
Gary Gray, a sophomore from Houston. Not Kerry Gray, but Gary Gray with that block for Arlington Baptist. Inbounds to Ojanwuna, working really hard to get open and take that inbounds pass.
You know, we talked to him after his last game before the break, Norfolk State, and he understands completely what he's supposed to be working on. And saw a good example there. he needs to be more of a force, a threat to score in the low post. And what he's had a habit of doing in his career is catching the ball up high and bringing it down to his waist. And that time he did a good job getting it, keeping it high, and making sure when guards are going to collapse on him that he's strong with the basketball.
Well, with a couple of missed free throws, Jalen Celestine tips the rebound to his teammate Langston Love, who has the easy bank-in basket. So now a 17-3 lead for the Bears and a 15-0 run over the last 4 minutes. So even with missed free throws, the Bears end up with a bucket there to build their lead.
Yeah, and Arlington Baptist just not accustomed to seeing this kind of pressure at all. I mean, Baylor switching most every screen, and they're just nowhere to go coming off of the screen. And now they got 4 on the shot clock. They got to do something with it.
Got to put up a 3. It's well short. Celestine takes it out of the air for the Bears. Bears on the run out. Roach to Rob Wright, back to Langston Love. He'll shoot a 3. Off the front iron, no good. Celestine snuck in from behind to get the rebound. So Celestine gives the Bears another possession, their half of the floor.
You know, we talked about injuries and having 5 guys, 7, 8, you know, your top 8 rotation in practice. Langston Love's emergence from just a series of injuries has allowed them to work him into the lineup. And this guy was probably the 6th man of the year last year, but for his injury. He missed the last, 11 of his last 13 games. And so if he can come back, and I think he's making his way back now, he's going to be a factor for them.
It's a line change for Coach Bubba Jennings. 5 out, 5 in for Arlington Baptist. On the short end of a 15-0 run. Baylor up 17-3. Nearing the 13-minute mark here in the first half. Baylor's first game in 16 days. Haven't played since December 11th. That's a long break, Pat.
That is a long break, but they needed it. They really did. They had to get some guys healthy, and were able to do that. And I see the Bears with an advantage. And when you give Rob Wright an advantage like that, he's going to take it. I mean, he's just going to make you pay. This guy is such a complete player, and a guy that I don't think Baylor coaches expected to make the impact that he's made here early in the season.
Bears take it the other way. And Rob Wright is fouled. Here's a look at what you were talking about, Pat, with the cat-quick Rob Wright.
He's just so crafty. He gets it. It looks like he doesn't have a shot, but he's able to make sure that he gets the shot. He reverses it off the glass, but he keeps the ball away from the defender just by extending his arm. When he gets it that close to the basket, he's going to score.
There's Langston Love, a couple of big strides to the bucket and banks it in from the right side. 3, right side, shot no good. Edgecombe the rebound. Long outlet pass to Wright. Gonna give it to Norchad Omier, who's back in. He banks it in.
Yeah, and see a great example of Omier just running the floor. This guy's 6'7", 245, but he changes ends of the floor as well as any big man in the Big 12. I mean, he covered about 80 feet. Bears didn't have numbers on their in their offensive end after the turnover, but he just ran the floor and made sure that he knew he was a target. And he had the ball when he needed it.
How about that right there? The defensive Omier just took it away. Stole the ball from Davion Allen. 3 left corner, no good by Edgecombe. Chad Omier fighting for the rebound. Celestine has it. Puts it up, it won't fall. Isaiah Melvo rebounds.
It's a good play. It's good. I mean, you know, they're not going to be able to do that all night, but that's the plan, is to get the ball in transition, get it up the floor, change ends of the floors faster than Baylor can shift. Finally got a good look at the basket, and they'll get free throws out of it.
Arlington Baptist, located, of course, in Arlington, Texas. Now they're a part of the NCCAA, National Christian Collegiate Athletic Association. School goes back to 1939, founded by Dr. J. Frank Norris, who attended Baylor, and we were learning some things about Dr. Norris, weren't we?
That's right. Alan Lefevre, our local Baptist historian.
He is an historian.
Was telling us that it is the Arlington Baptist campus is the 2nd most popular tourist attraction in Arlington, Texas.
How about that?
Now, I did not know that.
Apparently a lot of underground tunnels and some nefarious activity in the past.
Back in the past.
Now nothing but above ground for Arlington Baptist.
Exactly right, and the Baptist came in and put it into all that.
Yes. Dr. Norris, interesting background, did attend Baylor, and as did Derek Haas, who's tuned in and listening to us and watching this evening. There's a travel by Norchad Omier as he goes to the bucket. So even the free throws aren't falling for Arlington Baptist right now. They have not scored since the 18:51 mark here in the first half.
Yeah, it's a 21-0 run for Baylor over the last 6.5 minutes, and it is a struggle. I mean, Bears are just, they've got so much firepower, and it comes from so many different spots on the floor that right now they're just, Arlington Baptist a little overwhelmed. Got an opportunity here, though.
Good job breaking the press there. The layup, no, maybe partially blocked by Norchad Omier. Starts the break the other way. Rob Wright up, no, but a foul.
That's what Wright does. I mean, you want a point guard who is in attack mode. You talk about playing downhill. That's playing downhill. He's always looking for ways to get the ball into the lane. He's either going to drive it all the way to the basket, he's going to dish it off and deliver the ball to his teammates, or finish at the free throw line. And this guy, again, John, has just been, if it's possible, better than expected.
As a freshman, a true freshman coming in, VJ Edgecombe maybe got more headlines than Rob Wright certainly did coming in, but boy, both have been just spectacular.
Well, he set the freshman record for assists in a game. He had 13 against Norfolk State. 13 assists, 1 turnover.
Wow.
It's a pretty good ratio.
Free throw good by Rob Wright. It is a 25-3 lead for the Bears over Arlington Baptist. Short jumper in the paint. That one is no good. An offensive rebound by Eric Connor for the Patriots. Keeps the ball there half of the floor. This crowd's kind of settled in. They're looking for something to get excited about right now. Short jumper is good. That is Isaiah Melvo. First points for Arlington Baptist since the first 109 of the game.
Well, you said coming out of the break, John, that Bubba was coaching them up. He is. I mean, this is an opportunity for them to play one of the top 25 teams in the country and get ready for their conference schedule, which is just as important to them as the Big 12 race is for Baylor. So it's an opportunity for them to get a lot better, and that last possession was their best of the game.
Norchad Omier, the dunk, closing in on 2,000 career points. We'll keep you updated on that. Fight for the rebound, whistle, and a foul. And Sermon's going to tell us who the foul's on.
And here's a familiar sight. You got Norchad in the lane. Look at his left hip. He's got his left hip into the stomach of his defender. And when he's got you pinned like that in the low post, really doesn't even matter what size you are, he's going to have his way down there. This guy uses his body unbelievably well. He's big, 6'7", 245, but he is, and there's an elegance about him in the low post. He's powerful, but he knows how to use it. He's got great feet.
He's a big, strong man, isn't he?
He's a big, strong man.
Gary Gray, one of 2 free throws. Ooh, shot is blocked. Jay Nunn had his shot blocked there. And the run out, and the layup is good at the other end by Eric Connor.
And that's the kind of game they want to play. They want up pressure. I mean, they want pressure. They want up tempo. They're going to try to create offense with their defense. No better example of that than what they were able to do.
We get a 5-2 run by Arlington Baptist with a couple of buckets and the free throw. Edgecombe 3 left corner shot is no good. 27-8 is the Baylor lead. 4 subs up off that Baylor bench. Good ball movement by Arlington Baptist. Coach Drew made point of playing another Baptist school. That's part of the scheduling here. I tell you, to be honest, another part of the scheduling, it's tough to find games, between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, well, you see the block here, and that starts the fast break for them. A little quicker to the ball than the loose ball than Baylor was, and they were able to finish at the other end. That's how they're going to score. They're really struggling in their half-court offense, although we've seen since the last media timeout them be able to get the ball on the dribble drive into the lane and draw fouls, and they've got to get to the line tonight if they're going to have a chance. So again, I mean, if Bubba Jennings is coaching this team, they know what they're doing. They understand their schemes. They understand how they're going to win games. this is going to be a tough out for them tonight, but they're running their stuff right now, and they're just trying to get better.
Yeah, you and I remember him. He was right after you playing in the Southwest Conference for the legendary Gerald Myers at Texas Tech. Then coached at his alma mater for Pat Knight, Billy Gillespie, Chris Walker in Lubbock. 31 years, right, as a head coach. Now his 4th season at Arlington Baptist.
You know, he was all Southwest Conference 4 times.
How about that?
Yeah, I mean,
it says a lot.
I'm just telling you again, he's one of the best shooters to ever play in the Southwest Conference. Just a pure shooter. Player of the year of the conference his senior year. We saw a lot of Bubba Jennings. He's a legend.
He really
West
is.
Texas.
He
is.
absolutely is. Roach dribbles on the perimeter. Jason Asamona on the floor and knocks down the triple from the left corner.
And that's a guy that can really help Baylor in Big 12 play. I mean, the guy is 6'8". He's incredibly athletic. They've been trying to get him some minutes in the pre-conference race. And, I mean, you know, with his length, he's going to be able to get open. You see him catch it. He's ready to shoot it. Nice rotation on the ball and nothing but net. If they can bring him into the rotation, 7, 8, maybe 9-man rotation when they need him and get production from him, doesn't have to make a lot of threes, but if he can produce, this team is going to be really hard to beat.
Here's bring it up. Asamoah attacks the rim. Shot no good. Might have been partially blocked in there. Gary Gray credit for a block. He's had a couple of them. Long range three, banked it in. Eric Connor for 3.
I don't think he called it,
but think
you know what? It doesn't matter. It's not like there's going to be an asterisk in the box score. It's a big 3. They need more of them.
Put it in. Langston Love in a double team trap, and I guess a foul is finally called there.
Yeah, so again, another block, and that's at least 2 blocks, maybe more than that, by the Patriots, and they get it and go. That's their chance. They're going to make a few threes. That one was banked in, but it counts. They're going to make a few, but I think you're starting to see them playing the way they're going to have to play when they get into their conference race and to even have a chance tonight. This team is up-tempo. They want to play a 94-foot game.
Ron Gibson is on the floor, freshman guard for Arlington Baptist. Bears shoot over that defense. A 3 is good.
And that's what he's out there to do. You know, he's hard to guard at 6'8". He's taken 53s on the season. That's the second most on the team.
Looping shot, never made it to the rim. Josh Ojonwuna holding his ground underneath. But a foul is called, I think, on Josh Ojonwuna. Timeout on the floor. 7.5 minutes to play first half. Bears with a big lead early. Counted on from Big Josh this season.
Yeah, well, he's a rim protector, and he's trying to protect the rim here, but you can see his arms come down, and after the play, he turned to the official and said, "What I do?" Official says, "Arms straight up."
Yep.
Walks off the floor. Coach Drew said, "Arms straight up." Jared Nunes, one of the assistant coaches, said, "Arms straight up." So I think he got the message.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's a guy that I think they're expecting more from on the offensive end, but they need rim protection. When Josh Ojonwuna goes to the bench, this team gets really small in a hurry. And one thing that the Patriots have done well in this game, that's their 9th free throw attempt. And they've only made, 4 of 9. They'll get another one here. But they've been able to get to the line just being aggressive on the offensive end, going to the glass. So they've actually taken more free throw attempts in the game than Baylor has. Got to get there, and you got to have more than 5 out of 10. Got to have something to show for all those trips. You get to the line, you got to capitalize.
Gary Gray, a couple of free throws for Arlington Baptist, goes to the bench. Jamar McCray is on for the Patriots. There's a steal on the perimeter. Rob Wright's going to foul him before he gets in position to shoot the layup. So the foul on Rob Wright. 7:22 on the clock here in the first half. Baylor up 33-14. There was that one surge by Baylor. Was it maybe a 21-0 run? But since then, Arlington Baptist has kind of found some footing.
They have, and what they're doing is, like that last play, getting out in the passing lanes. There's a long 3. They got to make a bunch of those. But getting out into the passing lanes and then getting the ball out in transition. In a half-court game, they have no chance, really, against Baylor. But when they can push it, they've had success.
Trey Walters from Frisco hit that three for Arlington Baptist. Baylor tries to answer. Celestine can't hit the shot, but the Bears with the offensive rebound. Rob Wright takes his man into the paint, tries to pass it back out, and shoots it past Jason Asimato.
Yeah, we said before the game, if they're going to have a chance, they got to do exactly this. They let it fly, and that's a good bucket. And, John, you're right. I mean, Baylor had all the momentum really through the third media timeout, I think, of the half. And since that time, I think the Patriots have found a bit of a groove. And they're disruptive on the defensive end. They've forced Baylor into 6 turnovers in the first half alone. Baylor's goal in every game is 11 or fewer turnovers. And right now, Patriots have been able to capitalize on that. Another 3 won't go.
Walters again missed on that one. Celestine ahead to Roach to Jaden Nunn, who dunks it home.
And that's another good look at one aspect, one dimension of the game of Jaden Nunn. He can catch and shoot with anybody in the league, but in the open floor, he's a crazy athlete. And there's another foul now. This is called against Jeremy Roach. And here's the play. It's a 2-on-1. If Jeremy Roach is leading it, you got no chance. And he made the defender commit and then kicked it over to Nunn. All he had to do was finish.
Really good hops there by Jaden Nunn.
Pretty good hops.
That was impressive.
This guy's a complete player. He really is. And coming in, Johnny was known as a defensive guy. He was a stopper, probably the best on-the-ball defender on the team when they brought him in. But I think everybody's been a little pleasantly surprised at his offense. And we said earlier, this guy's a 55% shooter from a three-point line.
This is Trey Walters shooting free throws for Arlington Baptist. First one is good. Second one is also good. So you're right, Pat, they are making the most of their trips to the free throw line. And here's a line change again from Bubba Jennings. 5 to the bench, 5 back on the floor. Pretty good strategy.
Yeah, really good strategy. Because if they're going to play up tempo, you've got to, if you're going to be in the passing lanes, you've got to be 100%. Kind of interesting. You watch those Patriot players go to the bench. They are high-fiving one another. They're feeling pretty good about how they're playing.
Well, there's a turnover by Baylor. Scott Drew's not going to like that. Turnover number is too big here in the first half.
Yeah, that's 7 in the first half alone. We still have 6 minutes to play.
I think you say, you know, what does Baylor get out of a game like this? Well, a lot of things. You know, they want to play clean. They want to come out healthy. They want to just get back into game action, you know, lights on the floor. Haven't played in 16 days. They got a lot that they need to accomplish, no matter who the opponent is.
You know, we came to practice yesterday morning, all the former players, and, I mean, they're getting after each other. And I think it just breaks up the monotony of playing for however many days, practicing for however many days, and then starting Big 12 play without having played in what at that time would be almost 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, John Wuna goes to the floor. He is tied up. Possession arrow does favor Baylor. But those Patriot players, man, they were diving after that loose ball. Give them credit. And Joshua John Wuna diving on the floor himself.
Yeah, I mean, again, get it in transition, be disruptive. They're reaching, they're grabbing, they're raking Baylor players when they take the ball into the lane. And they've given themselves a chance. I mean, it's a 35-19 lead for Baylor, but it started off a lot worse than that.
Langston Love drives to the hoop, spin, shot no good, but a foul. So Langston Love will shoot free throws for Baylor. Baylor conference opener, as we mentioned, in the newly expanded Big 12 conference. It's against Utah. It's on New Year's Eve, a day game, 1 p.m. Central Time. Baylor and Utah here in Foster Pavilion. Unfortunately, conflicts with the Baylor football bowl game. Coach Dave Aranda and the football Bears in Houston to play in the Kinder's Texas Bowl against LSU at 2:30 that day. But hopeful of a good crowd both places, NRG Stadium in Houston and Foster Pavilion in Waco.
We will see a familiar face on the Utah roster, Miro Little, who was a player here last year. He's gone to Utah as Langston Love drains another 3.
And Jaden Nunn going for the steal in the backcourt, and a whistle and a foul is called on Ahmad Webster. And Caleb Lohner, who's back on the basketball squad.
That's right.
With Utah also. Played football for the Utes.
Yeah, 2 really good guys. Glad to see them playing and have found a home. But that's, you know, you kick off Big 12 play at home. If you're going to get where this team wants to get in the league, you have got to protect home court. It all starts New Year's Eve.
20-game Big 12 schedule this year in the league. Langston Love, head fake, drives, nearly lost it. Ball goes out of bounds. And last touch by Baylor, so it goes over to Arlington Baptist.
Yeah, and that's turnover number 8. And, you know, you could say Baylor's played fairly sloppy in the first half, but I think you got to give the Patriots credit. I mean, they are in every passing lane, and they're taking risk. Why not? Don't have a chance otherwise. And this is the kind of game they really wanted. I mean, they're down by 20, but earlier in the game it was a 23-3 deficit. Looked like the Patriots had no chance.
Working that weave outside, finally put it in the hands of Davion Allen, who banks home a 3. Second banked 3 in there in the first half by Arlington Baptist. Quite a screen in the backcourt by Norchad Omier. And the 3, a 3 or 2 in the corner by Jaden Nunn. Drive, layup, no. Follow, no. Loose ball. Scramble for it out to mid-court. And Arlington Baptist, Isaiah Melvo comes away with a loose ball.
Tell you, these guys go hard. I mean, right now, every loose ball they're able to come up with. And again, you've got them going back to the free throw line. They're giving themselves a chance.
Baylor by 20. Arlington Baptist battling under Bubba Jennings.
Stuff about Coach Jennings coming into the game, about how he ended up at Arlington Baptist. And he said, you know what, I just love to coach. I'll coach.
You can see it.
I mean, I'll coach at any level. Yeah. I love coaching kids. He's able to coach basketball. He's able to coach golf. So he's done a nice job with his team.
A couple of free throws out of the break by Isaiah Melvo makes it 42-24. Baylor on top. 18-point advantage for the Bears. Again, coming off a 16-day break between games, and there's a steal on the inbound. So another turnover by Baylor.
These guys are in every passing lane. I mean, you got to give them credit. And they're a guard-heavy team. In fact, they've got 5 guards on the floor right now. But I think the message has been go after everything. Take whatever risk you want to.
Ooh. Drive layup is good. Acrobatic layup by Jamar McRae.
Nice play.
Junior from Kaufman.
Yeah, I mean, right into the teeth of the defense. And that's really worked out well for them because either they're going to get a bucket like that, they're going to get another trip to the free throw line.
42-26. 3 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the first half. Nice pass back out to Nunn. Open 3, left wing is no good. Left it short. McRae the rebound. Into Jeremy Roach, who has drawn the charge.
You know, you see the penetration all the way into the lane. Nobody really comes over to help until late. Edgecombe went for the block, and Gray did a beautiful job sort of delaying on the shot until Edgecombe left the floor. Acrobatic play as he was falling out of bounds. Really nice play to cut the lead to 42-26, which I think is something this team ought to feel really good about.
Amir left that one on the rim. Did he get the rebound and then was fouled? Chad Omier, the man who is, has the most double-doubles in college basketball among active players. He's sitting at 73 double-doubles in his career. Started at Arkansas State to Miami, to the Final Four with Miami, now hoping to do the same here at Baylor.
Yeah, and Eddie just a few points away from 2,000 career points.
He is sitting at 8 points away from 2,000 right now. But a double-double machine. First throw is good there, and I think we're okay in saying that he's recently engaged. So
what a great kid!
Congratulations. Well, and you talk about a transfer. But anybody Coach Drew and his staff bring in, they're going to fit the culture of Baylor, number one. He wants them to be good players, but he wants them to be good people and wants them to fit the culture of joy that Coach Drew has instituted here.
And he does that.
And Norchad does that.
He's such a gentleman. He really is. He's a bit of a beast when he's on the floor, but other than that, he is a solid guy. He really is.
Kind of checks all the boxes, doesn't it? There's Norchad on the defense, and I think they called a timeout in a trap right in front of the Baylor bench. Timeout Arlington Baptist. 2:21 on the clock, first half. Bears with the lead over the Patriots. So, Pat, your alumni reunion here, former Baylor players, that's fun. Saw some of those guys here yesterday, and you guys got together for golf and dinner last night, golf today. That's a lot of fun.
It was terrific, and it's a rough day. It was a day after Christmas and a lot of travel, a lot of holiday plans, but we're able to work around that, and Matt Rogers and Tweety Carter did an unbelievable job setting all that up. And, you know, they treat us so well. And what they do that is really special is make us feel a part of the program, always. Invite us back, want to know what they could possibly do better. And it was just terrific. I want to say, too, John, there was a really nice tribute last night. We all got together before dinner to Carroll Dawson. And his wife Sharon was there and put a video together to honor him. He was at every one of these reunions.
Wow.
No bigger Baylor fan than CD, who passed away earlier this year. But bit of a void, really, in the group. But it was a nice, really nice evening.
Yeah, what a loss. Passing of Carroll Dawson. 3 almost went, attempting to beat the shot clock. Bears the other way. Celestine in transition. A 3 is good.
You know, every one of the guys on the floor right now has the ability to do that. It just happened to be Celestine trailing the play, stopped at the top of the key, and just catch and shoot for him.
It's another rebound for Omier, and then he is fouled. Omier's closing in on a double-double here in the first half.
Yeah, and a nice 3 by Celestine, but you got to give V.J. Edgecombe credit. He's the guy that took the ball in the lane, drew the defense into the lane, and left Celestine wide open. He had to find him and then get it to him.
With that rebound at the other end, now a double-double in the first half by Norchad Omier. 12 points, 10 rebounds. The last player with a double-double before halftime was King McClure against George Mason. He had 12 points and 10 rebounds. That is number 74 in the career for that man, Norchad Omier. Talking about double-doubles.
You know, you get a look at the small lineup that Baylor puts on the floor when Ojanwin is out. They don't lose a whole lot. I mean, what they lose in defense, they gain in offense. But it's, again, you get into the Big 12, you got to have rim protection, and nobody provides that better than Ojanwin.
48-26 lead for the Bears. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Ball knocked out of bounds, I think, by Langston Love. Will stay with the Patriots. Arlington Baptist 1-10. You see their record coming in. They have lost 9 in a row on the season. Into the paint, short jumper, no good. Had a good look there for Ahmad Webster. Rebound Bears. V.J. Edgecombe pushes it into the front court. Celestine again, and another 3 by Jalen Celestine.
You know, that's the luxury that Coach Drew has. You've got right now 5 guys on the floor that could each break loose for 25 to 30 on a given night. Celestine is one of them.
Bears had 51 points with a minute to play in the first half. Dribbling on the perimeter is Ahmad Webster. Gives it right side to Jamar McCray. He's covered up, drives in, nice move. He banks it home.
And that's a small guy. I mean, he's right into the thick of the defense. And that's really where it's sort of been layups or threes, and to a lesser extent free throws in the first half. Arlington Baptist 9 of 14 at the free throw line. That's really the only way they're going to have a chance in this one.
Love to Edgecombe, extra pass. Celestine looking for 3 threes in a row. Not going to get that one, but Omier gets another rebound, and his pass is stolen away. Breakaway. Rob Wright is back. Edgecombe is back with a tremendous block. Baylor getting back defensively.
That's that stick-a-lit dynamite thing I was talking about earlier. I mean, there is always a spectacular play. Look at Edgecombe coming. He knows that shot is coming. I mean, it's nobody expects offensively for him to be there. And look how high he is above the rim. I mean, he's almost at the top of the square.
And ball went out of bounds, last touched by Arlington Baptist, so it's Baylor's ball. Final 7 seconds now of the first half. Rob Wright, layup, no good. Follow, no good. And there's the halftime buzzer. Who was that with that follow dunk attempt?
That was Edgecombe.
Edgecombe. Yeah.
Played indoors.
Right.
Could have played this one outdoors today.
Here we go, back to play. Fantastic day weather-wise in Central Texas. My car said 78 degrees. I don't know if that's right.
I was in it. It was every bit of that.
It was very, very nice.
It was great.
Another recruiting positive for Baylor and Waco. Arlington Baptist with the ball to begin this second half. Runner is no good. Loose ball. Or Chad O'Meara runs it out of there. On the break, Jeremy Roach. Runner is good for Roach.
And he's so handy. By the way, he had 6 assists in the first half against just 2 turnovers. It's good to see him back 100%. He hit his head hard on the floor against UConn and was in concussion protocol because of that. Missed the last game before the Christmas break. Good to see him back full speed.
He missed a couple of games, didn't he?
Well,
I think he missed 2 straight.
Yeah, after UConn, those first 2.
Right. So really good to see Jeremy Roach back. Pull up 19-footer is no good. Another rebound by O'Meara, who had a double-double in the first half. There's a runner by the opposite number 3. Shot no good. O'Meara another rebound for the Bears. Roach up the floor in a hurry to Jaden Nunn. Way outside the perimeter. Now VJ Edgecombe in the left corner to Josh Ojanwuna. And what is it, an offensive foul?
He just lowered his shoulder. He was looking to get into the low post, tried to get position. He's been guarded by Jonathan Gray, who's 6'3", and he just sort of bull rushed him out of bounds. Pretty good call by the official. Trying to get Ojanwuna much more involved in the low post and to become more of a scorer. He had some really nice scoring games, had 14 rebounds at UConn, and then finished the pre-Christmas slate with double-digit scoring.
Wow.
They need more of that from him.
Here's got the turnover in the back court. Edgecombe misses on that drive to the basket. Patriots in the paint. Shot is good by Jason Murray. Murray, as Pat said, tallest guy on the roster for Arlington Baptist, 6'7", senior from Wichita Falls.
Yeah, and he's got his hands full. Right now, Ojanwuna is more of a screener than a threat to score in the low post, but that's what they wanted right there. And that's O'Meara being guarded by a guy who stands at 6 foot, and there's just no answer.
Edgecombe knocks that one out of bounds. Will stay with the Patriots. Chad O'Meara right now sitting at 15 points, 14 rebounds, Pat. You mentioned it, Josh had 14 in that 4-point loss to UConn in Stores. But 14 rebounds, that's with 17 and a half minutes to play in this game. Todd Webster does the splits, but doesn't travel. Another rebound, that's 15 on the night by Norchad O'Meara.
Yeah, he's just getting warmed up.
That's right. Roach for 3 from the corner. O'Meara! Oh! And then Ojanwuna got the ball, and he was fouled.
You know, you can see him get that rebound, and the first thing he did with it was bring it down to his waist. Got away with it, just went back up strong. In fact, when he catches that has been his biggest growing edge probably in his career. In fact, you can see him. So there is the 3 attempt, doesn't go.
Watch Norchad. A little too far out to
too much.
Yeah.
But see how low Ojanwuna brought the ball. And when you do that, it's just a feast for those guards that are going to double down from the perimeter on him. But what he was able to do is finish with either a dunk or a couple of free throws or maybe a combination of both.
Ojanwuna, 68% shooting free throws on the year. It's a couple there. The Bears extend their lead, 57-30. That'll be the biggest lead of the night for the Bears. At 27 points, a rebound by Ojanwuna. For Chad O'Meara, back to Jaden Nunn. To Ojanwuna. Edgecombe into the paint, extra pass to Nunn for 3, no good. Back iron, tipped back out to Nunn. Nearly lost. Nice pass, Jay Nunn to Joshua Johnwuna for the bucket.
You know, and that's a play by Edgecombe that he won't get credit for, at least statistically. It's not going to show up in the box score. That ball was up for grabs, and he came out of nowhere to just get a piece of it, to keep it alive, and allow his teammates to pick it up and have another chance to score.
There's rebound number 16 on the night by Omier. Edgecombe, runner, no. Johnwuna went for the putback. Looked like he was fouled, but no call. Ball goes over to Arlington Baptist.
Yeah, Johnwuna took one to the face, I think. He's got one eye closed. But
like a boxer.
He's out of this play.
2-on-1 break. Roach, left-hand layup, no. But Omier with the follow flush. And that will be a timeout coming up. They'll give for Joshua Johnwuna. Omier, the dunk for the Bears, gets him to 1,999 points in his career. There's Norchad Omier. You think he's excited, Pat, to be back on the floor tonight? How about his numbers so far?
Yeah, just unbelievable. You know, I say unbelievable. He's a walking double-double.
He is.
It used to be when, you know, a player got a double-double, we're high-fiving and just going crazy. Well, that's just the norm for him. He's the NCAA's active career leader in rebounds, double-doubles. One of 4 active players with 1,500 points and 1,300 rebounds.
Wow. Well, he's got a big night going tonight. Norchad Omier, recently engaged Norchad Omier, 17 points. He's 1 away from 2,000 for his career, and he's got 19 rebounds. The last time a Baylor player had 20 or more rebounds in the game was Joe Lawal-Atchuel against Savannah State, December of 2017. So it's been 7 years.
Yeah, it may be going down tonight.
You think with 15-plus minutes to play.
There's another one.
There's 20 right there. All right, Daniel, keep the record book open for Norchad Omier. Bears ball leading 61-30. That is the biggest lead tonight for the Bears. Langston Love knocks down the triple from the right-hand corner.
You know, it is so good to see him back in the groove. His minutes are coming up. He's averaging right at 24 minutes a game, just almost 7 points a ball game. But in his last 2 outings, he's had double digits, and that's the progression I think they were wanting him to make. They wanted him 100% healthy and having knocked all the rust off by the time conference started.
It's what we talked about. Norchad Omier, 20 rebounds on the night. First Baylor player to do it since December of 2017. Well, it's late December, but we've got a first weekend in April type officiating crew at this game tonight, Pat Nunley. There is Kip Kissinger. Doug Sermons is here. Marcus Pettigrew is here. I mean, there won't be a game in the Big 12 or nationally with better crew of officials than this one here tonight.
Not at all. And it was interesting. I talked to Kip before the game. He said they had 4 days, maybe 5 days off. Didn't call a game. Was able to watch his sons play. And I said, but it starts now. He said, oh, it starts now.
Yeah.
Here we go again. It was funny, too, John. You know, Baylor coaches, and I guess all coaching staffs do this, they leave no stone unturned. When they're scouting the opponent, they're also telling their players about the tendencies of the officials. Just talk to this one. This one won't talk to you. Chat it up with this one. Do not chat it up with that one.
That's right.
But, you know, they've got it down to a science. They're just not going to leave any stone unturned.
Yeah, finely tuned scouting report includes whether to engage the officials or not.
That's right. And there are a few who I think make it known you are off limits. We're not out here to chat it up. We're not cutting it up tonight.
All right, back to play. The Bears have their biggest lead of the night at 64-31 over Arlington Baptist. Still a long way to go. There was another rebound in there by Norchad O'Meara. So he's got 21 on the night. The school record is 28. Down low, blocked shot. Jason Asamuda comes away with a loose ball.
You know, the Patriots are getting good shots. They really are. They just don't have the length in the low post or in the lane, as we saw there, to get those shots off. Those shots will come a lot easier when they get into their lead.
Three by Rob Wright. Right corner is in. Three-pointer by Rob Wright. He's got 7 on the night.
That's another thing he does really well. He's a 47% three-point shooter. And that's really difficult for a true freshman to do.
Shot was no good, but the tip is in by Kerry Gray. Not easy to do. Tip in basket makes it 67-33. 14 minutes to play.
Yeah, right, with 5 points out of that last time out.
Wow.
Another guy that can make an impact. One of, 4 or 5 guys on the roster who can ring them up, have a 25, 30-point kind of night.
Kick into the corner. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound Celestine, not Norchad O'Meara. Here's Wright again with the hot hand. Gives to Nunn for 3. It rims out. This ball tipped out. Run out by the Patriots, and the block at the other end by Nunn, but tipped up and in.
And that's beautiful transition, really, by the Patriots. They got the ball off of a loose ball at the other end of the floor. They immediately had numbers, and the guy that ended up scoring the bucket on the block shot was a guy that trailed the play, and he started about 80 feet away from the basket. He had to run to get there.
Jamar McCray got that basket. It's going to be an offensive player foul. Here's that block.
Yeah, there it is. And now Rob Wright in the corner. Not only can he dish, not only can he get 13 assists, on a given night he can make threes. This guy, you talk about another complete player and a true freshman. Hard to believe this time a year ago he was playing at a high school level.
Three-pointer left side. That one's no good by Aaron Medina, senior from Breckenridge. Here's Wright, open look at a 3. No good, but Asamoah, the follow. Second follow is in.
Big play by the 6'8". It's another true freshman. And again, if they could get minutes from that guy, that'd just be a luxury for them. But they're counting on him. They need another kind of big 3, maybe small 4 kind of player, and Asamoah at 6'8" can do that.
Ball goes sailing out of bounds. We'll stay with the Bears. Here's a line change again for Coach Bubba Jennings and Arlington Baptist. 5 in, 5 out. Still 12.5 minutes to go. The Norchad O'Meara watch hits pause as he goes to the Baylor bench. He's sitting at 17 points and 21 rebounds on the night for O'Meara.
Nice look by Ojanu in the low post. And that's what we were talking about earlier, John. If he can be a threat to score, where you've got to guard him in the low post, and he's more than just a screener and offensive rebounder, it's going to help this offense a ton.
Edgecombe the steal and the lay-in for the bucket. At the 12-minute mark in the second half, Baylor leads by 40 over the Patriots. Nice shot down low. Undersized, but was not scared away. Jonathan Gray, the bucket.
Their transition offense has been good, and coming into the game, it's what Coach Jennings wants his team to do, is push it up the floor, take some risk defensively, put pressure on the offense, and create some opportunities to score at the other end.
How about Edgecombe, a three from the left wing. Well, the Bears are pouring it on right now. Runner in the paint, no good. Asamoah the rebound. I think the Bears really came out of the halftime locker room with a purpose here in the second half. At 51-28 at halftime, and now the lead is 81-37. Back-to-back threes by Edgecombe.
Yeah, and that's really been the question mark about him coming in. We knew what an athlete he was, but he came in billed as really a more accurate three-point shooter than he has been thus far this season. But you can see the stroke, back-to-back threes, and when he adds that to his game, he really is almost unguardable.
Jeremy Roach, the Duke transfer, the drive, the shot is no good. Rebound by Gray. Immediate timeout, next dead ball. Bears up 81-39 on the Patriots. Really no loss of intensity by Baylor, Pat,
no.
Either end of the floor.
No, not at all. And I like this Arlington Baptist team. I mean, you know, they're not going to be able to play at this level, but they really get after it. And I mean, they are opportunistic defensively. They forced Baylor into 10 first half turnovers, and that's given them most of the offense that they've been able to muster in this game.
Edgecombe, runner, no good, left it on the left side of the rim. Oh, nice pass. Oh, and a block from behind by Ojanwuna. Loose ball, it's going to go out of bounds. That'll get us to a timeout.
We talked about this being a bit of a growing edge for VJ Edgecombe. Comes into the game just a 26% three-point shooter.
Arlington Baptist fans you can pick out that are behind the Arlington Baptist bench, but this Baylor crowd enjoying what they're seeing from this Baylor team.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we're looking at the end of the floor the teams are playing on right now. That section of Foster Pavilion is virtually full.
Which will be students when class is back in session. It'll be completely full with students. But on the Christmas break right now, very few students are here. Students here in Foster Pavilion get really some of the best seats in the house. Those seats right behind, opposite us, right behind the team benches.
And you know, that was a stroke of genius, right?
Yeah, it really is.
As we go around the league, John, pretty much every arena we go in, the students get the primo seats.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that are going to raise the biggest ruckus.
That's
might
it.
Might as well have them down there.
As Drew says, impact the game, and they can do it. Pass to the perimeter, stolen by Roach. Layup good by Jeremy Roach.
Nice to see Roach again 100%, because he was not about 10 days ago.
6.6 assists on the night for Roach. Josh Ojanwuna the rebound. Tried to pass it out, stolen away, threw it to the opposite jersey, and gets another rebound. He's going to dribble it himself. The big man up the floor. Gives it to Roach.
Gave it up at just the right instant.
More Chad O'Meara back in. Leaner is no good. Rebounded by Gary Gray. Gray got treatment there, getting the rebound instead of O'Meara. There's O'Meara, the rebound, and they'll stop play with the Arlington Baptist player down on the floor.
Yeah, and he was down on the floor at the other end of the floor, about 94 feet from the action. So Marcus Pettigrew waited until the player who was down he wasn't in jeopardy, and then they got a rebound and back up the floor, and he stopped it immediately.
Here's the play. He gets the rebound in front of O'Meara and kind of gets a hand slap on the top of the head, crumpled him to the floor. It's Gary Gray.
You know, a hand slap from Norchad O'Meara.
I don't want it.
Is more than just a hand slap.
Yeah. Dave Snyder, the Baylor men's basketball trainer, goes out to check on him.
So here's one for you. See that guy on the screen?
Yes.
That is Mike Pruitt. He's the trainer for Arlington Baptist. He was my high school athletic trainer,
No.
Richland High School in 1970.
Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
I saw him. Dave Snyder walked him in, and he said hello to me, and I went, hello, how you doing? And then I took a double take and gave him a big bear hug. He hugged me back.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, he was at Trinity High School after he left Richland, and then is finishing up his career at Arlington Baptist.
How about that?
What a great guy.
Roach, nice move on the baseline, and he lays it in. 85-39 is the Baylor advantage. Under 8.5 minutes to play. 3 left corner hits the mark for Aaron Medina. Timeout, Bubba Jennings and Arlington Baptist. Timeout on the floor. We will step aside. Still 8 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Baylor leads it by 43.
And they just take on new meaning. Right now it's kind of hard. Like the game tonight doesn't tell you a whole lot statistically about really either team. You get into Big 12 play and they really matter.
Absolutely.
They tell you the story.
And it is here 4 days away from the Big 12 opener for Baylor at home against Utah. Back to play. Baylor has that first line still in there. Leading by 43 at the 8-minute mark. Give and go to Norchad Omier. Shot left it short. Ball goes out of bounds. Still sitting at 17 points on the night. One shy of 2,000 for his collegiate career.
Well, I think that's why he's back out there. This game long since been decided. But interesting, Coach Drew really usually knows. Somebody will whisper in his ear and give him an idea of a player who's about to achieve a milestone, or in this case, Norchad about to hit a big milestone. And he'll give him the time it takes to pull that off.
Oh, by the way, 22 rebounds tonight by Norchad Omier. There's a sweet-looking three from the left wing by Eric Connor.
They've made a few. That is now 5 of 16 for the Patriots tonight. Hoping for more, but that was an integral part of their offense. Any chance they had to win this one had to involve a lot of made threes.
Jaden Nunn shows he can knock it down from three-point range. Another three by Nunn, giving him 11 points on the night. He's 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. So the teams trade threes, 88-45 the Baylor lead. Three-pointer no good. Ojanwuna the rebound. Jaden Nunn brings it up to Edgecombe. Underneath to Ojanwuna, nice assist. Ojanwuna with the bucket. Edgecombe the assist.
Yeah, that is 6 assists at the game now for Edgecombe. It's a guy that really knows how to stuff a stat sheet. does a lot of things really well. He's got double-digit scoring tonight, has 6 rebounds. That's his 6th assist. Just 1 turnover, has 3 steals in the game. Kind of a typical night for B.J. Edgecombe.
Roach driving in, ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Will stay with the Bears.
Good look here. He takes it into the lane. Thought he might have a shot, but he was a little off balance. And Ojanwin has had a low post advantage all night long, so he just flipped it over there to him, and Ojanwin did the rest.
How about a double-double for Josh Ojanwin tonight? He's got 10 points and 10 rebounds as he takes the seat.
You know, double-digit rebounds, doesn't matter who you're playing, that's big, but he did have 14 rebounds at UConn. And that was, to me, his breakout night in terms of being able to play with a level of physicality in the low post and win more than your fair share of battles for a loose ball, particularly those that are up on the glass. Starting to play really well.
Second double-double of his career. Here's Omier, the breakaway, and the lay-in is good. As he passes 2,000 for his collegiate career, Norchad Omier.
And as soon as he does that, Scott Drew looks down the bench and said, all right, Marino,
you're in.
You're in, buddy. Norchad's work is finished. Well, maybe
a
not.
steal on the perimeter. Yasamota, a bit of ahead of himself there. Wow, and a dunk at the other end by Gary Gray.
The game's gotten looser now. I mean, those transition buckets, transition opportunities in the fast break for Arlington Baptist coming a little early, a little easier than they were to start the game, but that's their offense. That's how they play.
Underneath, Rob Wright, the bucket for the Bears. Gets him to 94 points on the night. Who's going to go into that bench here pretty quickly. 94-47 is the score. Omier's night, 19 points, 23 rebounds. One of the top rebounding games in Baylor history. Again, the school record is 28. Baylor has 6 players in double-figure scoring tonight.
You know, I look at that all-time rebounding statistic, those records, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I remember most of them.
Yeah, that's right. We do.
I remember Joey Fada, 24 against North Texas.
North Texas.
I don't know where my car keys are, but I can remember that.
Well, there's another one. That's 24 now on the night by Omier. And that'll move him then to a tie for the 8th most rebounds in a game. On a night when he passes 2,000 for his collegiate career, Norchad Omier. What a night to remember. Celestine shooting free throws. Names on that list: Rico Gathers, the top 28 rebounds against Houston Tillotson. That was in January of 2015. Jerry Mallett had that huge game against North Texas. That was in 1955.
About that.
27 rebounds.
Second all time in 1955. That's a record that's hard to break.
It's a long time.
No one guy's done it. Rico.
William Chapman, Jerome Lambert, Darryl Hardy. Darryl Hardy had that big game against SMU, wasn't it, like 35 points and 25 rebounds. The night is done for Norchad Omier. Coach Drew's gone to his bench. Omar Abagdallah is on the floor. Marino Dubrovcic is on the floor. And Davidson Hubbard is out there for the first time tonight. On the baseline, the bucket is good by Jamar McRae.
That's a guy, Dubrovcic, at 6'10", 230, he can help. He's a little bit raw. He's got some work to do, but he is skilled. He's a European player. These guys know how to play, know how to shoot it down. If they can get minutes out of him in Big 12 play, it's going to help.
Rob Wright fights through traffic. His runner is good in the paint to get the Bears to 98 points on the night. 3:52 to play. Intensity by the Baylor defense. Rebound by Yasamota. Adegbola. Had the pass knocked back to him. Got it back and then has it knocked out of bounds. Will get us to a timeout. Under 4 minutes to play. There's on the ship, and They kind of saw what they were up against and did some good things.
They really did. You know, when you're outmanned, and they were outmanned in this game, no doubt, and Coach Jennings knew it, what they're trying to do is just get better. You know, not many chances you have to practice against the number 23 team in the country, and they've had that opportunity tonight. And, you know, it's a 98-49 lead for Baylor, but still, they've done some nice things. This is a team that in 2002 won the national championship at their level, so they know how to play.
And that was with Bubba Jennings as the head coach, his 4th season. Asamoah driving in, left-hand layup is good to reach 100 points on the night.
That's what I was talking about earlier. This is a guy that can really help him. I mean, he can run the floor. The guy's 6'8", probably 215. But, I mean, he went from one end of the floor to the other just like he was shot out of a gun. He can really move.
Tried the alley-oop there. Marino Dubravcic knocked the ball away, and Asamoah saved it inbounds. Give the ball up the floor to Omar Adegbola. Lob for Dubravcic. Shot rolls off the rim. Arlington Baptist takes it the other way. 3 ball is no good. Dubravcic has it taken away by Asamoah. Davidson Hubbard is out there for the Bears as well. There's Hubbard. 3 ball is good from the left side.
You know, on the assist from Wright, and Wright had the ball doing what he does best, getting the ball into the Big 12 logo right in the center of the lane. But he had that wide open player way out, just perched at the 3-point line, and Hubbard was ready to catch it and shoot it. This is the one I'm talking about. So Wright takes it into the lane, right into the heart of it, and kicks it immediately out to Hubbard. All he has to do is catch and shoot. Still got to go down, but a nice play. And I think Rob Wright really wanted the ball into the hands of Davidson Hubbard.
Davidson Hubbard, a grad transfer. He's originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. Transferred from Hampton City College, Division III school. Had a tremendous career there. Division III All-American last year. They were 31-3 last year. Played in the Division III National Championship game. Great asset to this Baylor team, adding Davidson Hubbard.
Nice pass. Nice pass for Rob Wright. This is a guy that really, on the dribble, can almost outrun other players trying to get to the same spot who don't even have the ball. Good example there.
And that's Wright, who knocks the ball away from behind. Wright. Whoa, the alley-oop, the exclamation point. Omar Adegbola with the jam on the assist from Rob Wright.
He got Adegbola there. He got Hubbard the last possession. What he's out there right now trying to do is make sure those guys who don't get many minutes are having opportunities.
Rob Wright has the ball knocked out of his hands.
Good play. You can see again, he's just trying to get Adegbola an opportunity. And what an opportunity. I mean, they both know that Wright's not going to shoot it. And he just did the rest. Nice play, unselfish play by Wright, who now has 2 assists in the last minute or so.
And 9 for the game, Pat.
Yeah.
He's got 13 points and 9 assists. He's looking for another one here. Whoa, how about that pass? Asamoah missed on the reverse. Final 30 seconds of this game. Nice lay-in by Jamar McCray of Arlington Baptist. Rob Wright, can he find one more assist for 10 on the night and a double-double? Shot no good to Dubravcic. And taken the other way by the Patriots. Hubbard back on defense.
You know,
Shot is up and in by Cam Ware.
So much activity in the front court. Not many Baylor players worried about transition defense. You got 30 seconds to play. We'll just see what happens.
Ball ends with the ball in the hands of Rob Wright. Coach Drew and Coach Jennings meet at midcourt. Baylor in their final game before Big 12 League play begins next week. They come back and roar tonight